Hello, hello. What's up, everyone? My name is Darky Pasta, and welcome to a small Crossout stream. Currently going through some of the upcoming balance changes on the Crossout test server. There's quite a few things that are coming in, and I'm here to test them out all with you. So grab your snacks and enjoy the content. It's not going to be a long one, so I'm going to go through quite a few things. So first of all, we can see on my screen we have the Kami cabin, and it's getting already a change for its perk. When activated, makes the armor car invulnerable to thermal and hostile effects and deactivates the projectors attached to the vehicle for 6 seconds. Well, the perk is, I think, still the same as it is currently live server, but they also mentioned that Kami Cabin is able to now detach itself from Skinners, cap cans, and Jubokos. That is honestly a really good change on, and I'm all for it. So there's also a lot of weapon changes. So how about we start off with the single shot shotguns like Junkbow, Fafnir, Needhog, Jormungandr. There's quite a few still. And the comment is this weapon type is very unpopular in comparison with automatic shotguns. Changes are similar to recent changes to cannons and should shift the focus of the gameplay towards doing higher damage, but more rarely. The additional increase in durability is aimed towards addressing the low survivability of these weapons. Right, so with each weapon, there's some changes done. So they all got a durability increase. They all got a different fire mechanics. So now fires a burst of 3 clusters instead of a single shot. Damage of single bullets reduced by 37% for Junkbo and Fafnir, but Nidhogg and Jormungandr reduced by 29%. So reload has, for all of the weapons, pretty much 2.5 seconds increased to 4.5 seconds. Fafnir and Junkbo is 2.8 seconds to 4.5 seconds. Ammo has dropped from 30 to 20. And rotation speed upgrade has been replaced with rate of fire plus 25%, so it's going to be quite devastating. So I'm going to show you the significant changes going to happen with the builds, but I'm going to actually just completely like change the build a little bit, make sure it's quite stable. Those single shot shotguns have quite a bit of a kick. I want to make sure that my build is quite stable. Can take maybe just like a medium cabin or something like that. How about like, or you can just take photon for testing, like, and add maybe just armor tracks. A little wider. There we go. I'm gonna just use armor tracks, at least I'm more stable with them. I hope so. Right. Okay, so the weapons themselves, the I already did some testing, but I want to show to everybody like how this is working out. And if you look, for example, the Needhogs have here, they're quite nasty. There you go. Go test them out. One of the test builds here. Show you. So basically, as we know that these weapons just shoot single time, but now they're gonna shoot 3 times, and this is how it's gonna look like. Quite devastating. They have a lot of kickback, and they do push the builds around. Kind of scary, honestly. Yeah, if you also compare this with Jorm, it is going to be quite scary to use. Like, maybe. Put it like that. And where's the dorm? Let's just slap a node in here. And dorm here. I can also add a reload module. Here it is. There we go. Alright, so now let's see the combination with the dorm and Needhogs. It's going to be quite bad. Trust me, the damage is going to be very high. Okay. Yeah, just doing so much heat. Obviously, the heating was reduced, but still, it can take out weapons quite quickly. Even the Leviathan is almost done as well. His damage is so big. Right. It's crazy how much damage he's able to do. Yeah, that's quite a bit. So other things we can also take a look. So there's also a lot of changes to machine guns. Hornet, Cord, Vector, Sinus, Spectre, Aspect, Punisher, Defender, Guardian, Protector, Vindicator, Tackler, Gungnir, Notung, Piercer, Fidget, Imp, Equalizer, Arbiter. There's also changes to Reaper, but Reaper only got like a durability buff and mass increase, so nothing too special to that weapon. But itself, all the weapons, well, machine guns are getting a durability increase, damage increase, projectile speed increased. That isn't too much, but still, like, well, damage increase is going to be around between 12 to 17%. Yeah. Oh, sorry, 18. Oh, there's actually even higher, 22%. Yeah, 20. Arbit is getting 24% damage increase. So yeah, there's going to be just different damage increases for different weapons. They also changed the projectile speed by 6%, 7% to some other weapons. Just for the imp, yeah, those only got like a little bit of projectile speed. So let's take a look. Have these. I can just like add these. And I'm gonna add a. Where's my? Oh, that's. Oh, here it is. Slap a lot of that. So 7% increase for rapid fire machine guns. How much do I need to lean? Just go activate the bots to see if I need to actually lean a lot when I'm shooting with these, or maybe not. Reach them up. What's going around here? Yeah, here it is. You can already see that, yeah, the damage is quite big already on those Hornets. Quite a bit of an improvement, I can see. So, yeah. Also, welcome viewers. I hope you can enjoy this little quick stream, testing out all the weapons and everything that has been changed with the balance changes in the test server. Not live yet, so they're going to be probably live in maybe in a week or two. They also mentioned that there is going to be a breaker model improvement, so probably it's going to change completely how breaker is going to look, but it's currently not live here in the test server. So we got to see how that's going to be. And also something about Titan wheels Can be changed for them as well, like a little nerf. Either way. So with the machine guns, there's durability, damage increase, and projectile speed. Nothing too serious about it. Kind of curious about how the equalizer and arbiter is going to work out. So there's significant changes for them as well. Just add two of these, test them out. Okay, so ARB's got durability increase from 240 to 261, damage increased by 24%, projectile speed increased by 7%, and the perk now charges up in 5 seconds instead of 7. Yeah, the perk is going up way quicker, which is really nice. The damage seems to be quite high as well already for 2 weapons. I haven't really played too much with arbiters in the live server of Crossout. Has been such a long time. Yeah, have like quite decent damage. Perk is going up really quickly as well, which is really good. Who knows, maybe arbiters are coming back again. Maybe back to Clan Wars. Haven't seen them for a long time now. Thanks to all the brick metas and everything. The arbs are really good at degunning some of those tanks and things. There's a good side for that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Other changes is for the sidekick. Sidekick range has been increased by 17 point. By 72%. Reading Tempest by accident. There is sidekick. Take few sidekicks out. Okay. And I need also radar for Maxwell. Let's take a look how the sidekicks are going to work out. I remember when I used to use sidekicks, they had such a poor range. Try to shoot with them. It's just... they just like need to be stuck with you, basically, like in a very small radius. And then they will shoot. So hopefully this is going to make it better. How does it work out now? Well, I still need to be like quite close to the enemy, so the sidekicks is gonna do some damage, but take a look again. Could be wrong. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna place them right around here, further away. What are they gonna do now? Oh, they're going, yeah, they're going straight at it. Yeah, this seems like to be a better improvement than it was last time. Yeah, that's a good buff for sidekicks. Still need to grind those trials out with sidekicks. That's gonna be a pain. But that's a nice little change. So we also have a Tempest. Cooling rate reduced by 70.5%. Comment high efficiency between 4500 and 6500 power score. The cooling time is now the same as the Whirl. The change will make the weapon more dependent on a cooling module. So let's see. I have the Tempest right here. Those. Add back Aquilo. Take a look. So now it takes a little longer for it to cool down, but I'm gonna remove Aquilo because it's faster. Okay, yeah. So let's take a look of Whirl. Whirl here. Whirl. So I have rate of fire, so it's gonna up a little quicker, but it should be about the same. Yeah, the speed is same for cooling. So that's a good change as well, because Tempest has been quite a strong weapon and also really popular in Uranium Wars. Still waiting for World Nerf as well. Has been dominating quite a bit, but I'm still quite surprised that Epic Weapon is able to so well, even in Clan Wars, and just basically deletes relics and legendary weapons quite well. We have a good setup, but yeah. What else do we have? We have Bat. Bat Cabin got a nice little change as well. So with the Bat Cabin, way. So Bat, the perks bonus to the volume of additional ammunition increased from 20% to 30%. Power increased by 15%. Mass limit increased from 6,500 to 7,000 kilograms. Combat efficiency of the cabin is too low in comparison with its analogs. Right, so that's a nice buff for a bat. I mean, it's a well-deserved one. So I don't think people really use the bat anyways, even with the buff, but I might be wrong, because usually people are just going straight to the Harpy cabin instead of Bat cabin. That's what I at least understand, but I could be wrong as well. The Bat is getting just a slight buff, but still quite nice. I like it. Corvo. Durability increased from 160 to 180 points. Damage increased by 10%. Projectile speed increased by 14%. Ammo reserve increased from 16 to 18. So Corvo has been buffed. And let's see, where is Corvo? Few weapons here. Test out. Corvos are such a fun weapon, but they do bloody hurt. They're really accurate when it comes to shooting weapons off. Doesn't seem to be too quick. Wheels, I'll be quicker. On Babaki. Low module. Cycle. Kind of curious how the Corvos are gonna deal damage. How well, how difficult it hit the bots. Even my terrible aim, not gonna go well. See if I can better. Maybe the bots should be around here. Yeah, those weapons do hurt. But damage increase is also a nice buff. Takes a while for them to travel. I think Corvus still deserve a little bit higher projectile speed. From the current one, 14% maybe to 20%. I think that's what Corvus really need. Let's see, other changes. We have Elephant, damage increased by 7%. Comment lack of efficiency in comparison with other epic cannons. Let's see how good is the damage on Elephant now after the chains. 7%. Not too big. Have 3. Take a look. I do like that Elephant has been changed into the cryotech tree instead of a normal cannon. 155 damage. Not bad. Yeah, this is not bad at all. Damage is quite decent for an epic cannon. I do like the sound effect as well. Okay. What else do we have? We have blockchain. Damage increased by 14%. The perk now reduces the penetrability of parts to 60% of the original instead of 75%. Durability increased from 260 to 295. Okay, let's take a look at blockchain. Through every single weapon here. Test them out. Quite big. Chain itself. The reload is quite quick on these ones. They can be quite nasty, honestly. Up, no. I didn't. I always remembered like blockchains heating up parts or not, but they don't do it. Right. So there's but the damage increase, not too much, nothing too special. Thunderbolt durability increased from 170 to 195. Comment low survivability in comparison with the rest of the automatic shotguns. Also, nothing too special about this one. Just a little bit of extra durability, and when it's fused, since they increased the durability from 195. Well, sorry, from 173 to 195, and with the fusion, you have 215 durability, which is quite decent one, honestly. Quite a bit of durability there. Humpback. Okay, let's take a look at the Humpback build. So, I'm gonna add a Humpback cabin here. I can add some durability to this build. So, grab slap some strong parts on for testing purposes. Okay, so I'm just gonna add a weapon here. Add. All right. Also, the Punisher change. I forgot to mention that Punisher's perk is now changed. You before needed to get 40 shots directly on an enemy. Now you need 30 to activate the perk. And if I'm not mistaken, it seems like the Punisher's fire rate has been reduced. Kind of feels like there's a slight reduction for the fire rate. I'll let the bot deal some damage to me. See how much it's going to be. Yeah, it's quicker, honestly. Maybe I just need to... Actually, I can do this kind of thing. I'm gonna change the garage. Fly. No. Over here, yeah. Do some testing. Add maybe some concrete walls or something. I can keep... Place to hide, basic. Why not? Okay, so let's take a look. Yeah. I can see also these have projectile speeds applied. Even though I'm getting damaged a lot, it takes a lot longer for the perk to go up. Seems like it's a quite big nerf, honestly, for the humpback. I really thought it's not that big of a deal, but it really seems to be quite bad nerf. Turn around, can shoot my armor if they want. Just hide. Let's see how quickly it's gonna drop down. Perk. Still getting shot, but it is dropping a little bit quicker. Before it was 30 seconds, now it's 20 seconds. Alright. What they did mention is the amount of damage you need to accumulate to full bonus increase from 1000 to 1250. The reset time for the full bonus reduced from 30 to 20 seconds. Okay. Right, so I probably need to go disable the turrets. I'm getting already shot, so I just disable these. Okay, so let's take a look of the Omni wheels and the Atom wheels. So let's go. Have 4 Omnis. Also cabin power reduction. Here they are minus 9%. So they did mention Omni wheels penalty to power reduction from 12% to 9% increased traction. You should be able to just glue yourself to the ground more. So just slide around. Might as well just add an engine here. Go with process. Traction do I have? Probably not too much. I don't play with Omnis, so it's hard to tell me how it's performing, but I assume it's better. It kind of feels like it's better. The Omni mains here, they know. Just I feel the grip. Should be the same case with the Atom wheels. Look. See how well these are performing. They also seem to have a quite good grip now, and yeah, it does feel like there's more grip to it now. I think you can really slide around with them. Could be worse. Not bad, honestly. Okay, other changes. Let's see. Well, for the Atom wheels, they mentioned the penalty to power reduced from 15 to 12%, increased traction as well. And they also commented that Omni and Atom power penalty of these movement parts is somewhat inflated in comparison with the current power penalty of Meat Grinder, which has the same movement mechanics. There are also frequent complaints about the lack of traction of these movement parts, and the change should fix these. Um, right. I do agree on that part. And they also buffed the legs, which is also quite a lovely thing. ML200 reduces the effect of surface angle on movement speed, added 25% thermal and cryogenic damage resistance for ML200s and big rams. Garita ones did not get that. Garitas did get a durability buff though. And all the legs also getting a tonnage increase. ML200 from 2400 to 2900. Big Ram 1900 to 2300 kilos. And Garita 1500 to 1800 kilos. And the comment is low popularity of the entire movement part type by reducing the sensitivity to the angle of inclination of the surface. The medium speed of mechanical legs should increase. The other changes are aimed at increasing the survivability of armored cars with mechanical legs. That's really nice change, especially for the legs themselves, because I know myself when I used to play with B-grams, I still have them like 8 pieces of them fused for different fusions. I don't know how unlucky I was with, but it was back in the day when I needed to fuse them and didn't really care about the changes with the fusion events. Could have fought better, but hey, there's no harm in that. So let's see. We have incline over here. Try to go up the hill. Walk here. Slope here. I'm gonna just walk here. Just go up like that. Sounds like the speed is declining, but also seems like climbing up. Yeah, that's a really good change, honestly. Can I also climb up this big slope without being slowed down too much? Seems like I'm slowed down too much. How about the ML200s? I'll just add 6 of them. Curious. Okay. See how these are working out. ML200s are really fun legs, honestly. Do like them quite a bit. Really wish there was an engine for spider legs. Or something. At least climbing up the slopes now feels way better. I'm really happy about it, and I really hope they don't mess it up in the live server. Sometimes happens when they add they get a bug with it. So there's some good changes. I'm really happy about it. So also impeller. Increased yaw rate bonus to main rotors from 60 to 65%, to coaxial rotors from 35 to 50%. From an insufficient effect of perk of yaw rate armored aircraft. Take a look. I have this armored aircraft I've been using for a long time now. And we have the impeller right here. Take a look. Change much. Oops. Don't need the ammo pack for testing right now. I mean, turning is way faster. I can agree with that one. Also, hey, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are doing well. Currently doing some testing with all the parts and everything. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I'm happy to test them out for you. I'm just going through the list on the crossout.net news section. So, Well, with my experience, I can currently tell with the impeller, I haven't really used this one, so I don't really know what to tell with the chains itself, but it feels quite snappy, like turning is quite fast. What if I'm gonna just add a cabin maybe and try out with any cabin. That one, petrol, impeller, add engine, test it out with high speed. Well, it is faster though. With this one, I can tell it's quicker. It turns quicker, which is really good. Pretty sure a lot of people is going to be really happy with this change if they like to using impeller, because it's also really nice propeller if you do ARP builds. I personally like them. Yeah, it seems like it's way better now. At least responsiveness is better, and it also turns... Well, obviously, I'm light. There's also that, but I can feel on this one that it's way faster. I'm gonna remove this one. Uh, let's do that. Yeah, you can see it takes way longer. Like half a second longer, pretty much. Turn. So there's that at least. Okay, so meat grinder changes. There's some of that as well. They mentioned that the maximum of rotating in one spot reduced by 30%. When I played with meat grinders on the live server, I had avalanche build meat grinders. Their thing was able to turn really quickly on one single spot. So let's take a look how fast it is able to turn now in a single spot when I'm just... Seems to be quite slow. Test this out with my worm build. Let's see. Yeah, it is significantly slower now. Too bad, not too bad. Yeah, it was quite unfair. Well, it is quite unfair as well right now in the live, so I've noticed that if you have like a live build and try to go around the meat grinder build, it is able to keep up with you by standing still and just rotating, which makes it really difficult to get out of sight. So this change is going to make it easier. Right, a lot of players are not going to be very happy about it. Chains for the meat grinder mains, but unexpected. Okay, so there's also changes to AC-80 wind. Change the perk for every 100 meters passed by the projectile, its explosion radius increased by 0.35 meters. So it's probably best to test it out with the helicopter and see. Still wind. There we go. I wonder, does it still have its perk when you're cloaked and you try to shoot? I need to test that. Maybe not. They mentioned really removing the perk, but they don't change the perk. But I'm kind of curious to work. No, it's still yeah, they completely removed the thing, so it's just like a normal autocannon. Take a scope, see something. Yeah. A take a look. too big to damage itself. See if I can go over here and take a better look. I'm not sure if the projectile is actually changing like the size. Kind of looks like it is, but I could be wrong. This works like Whirlwind, but for Whirlwind, the perk is depending on the distance to get more damage. With this one, it's just Explosion. Yeah, so still when they got a little perk. The cloak perk wasn't really that powerful itself, but and I don't think that many people were using that, but still, even if they did, it wasn't really that mind-blowing, really too much. Waltzes. Okay, this is interesting. I'm kind of curious about the waltz change. How different is the spread? I love waltzes myself. They're really fun weapons to play around with. So let's put waltzes here. Oh, add Odin here. Or add Apollo. Cyclops. So the spread, let's see how big differences with spread. It seems to be quite similar to the current one with the Steppy. Waltz projectile rotation radius reduced by 25%. What if I'm gonna use a Steppy? Ooh, heavy. That's fine. Ooh. Rockets are almost going in a straight line. That's actually a really nice one as well. I love this one. And let me change to Atitlan. Yeah, this is really nice. I like this waltz change. Might as well start using them again. Do love that one. Okay, so another chains parser. Durability increased from 290 to 370 points. Charging time reduced from 1/2 seconds to 1.2 seconds. Charging now also increases projectile speed by 20%. Let's take a look. Parsers are such a really fun weapon to use, but they were so powerful at one point, and they got a heavy nerf hammer, and now they seem to be doing better, hopefully. I need to shift the weight. Okay. Reload speed normal. Speed to charge. It takes time for it to charge up. I'm curious about the projectile, how it looks like. That's kind of cool. Oh, the spread is not that tight though. Yeah, it's not that easy to hit the weapon. Especially the small ones. See, how well can I hit this generator from here? Okay. I was still able to hit it. Yeah, now testing out passes as well, it feels quite difficult with removal of a hit scan on these shotguns. But they seem to be quite solid, honestly. That's a big step up. I'm pretty sure these weapons are making a comeback anytime soon. What else do we have? Reaper, durability increased from 520 to 611. Mass increased from 603 to 709. So the Reaper itself... Yeah, nothing else changed, just Reaper is as it is. It is a nice little change, another buff. Reaper deserves a lot of love. So, Assembler. We have assembler changes as well waiting for us. Let's get the weapons use. So assembler changes. Energy consumption from 12 to 13. Power score increase from 2400 to 2600. Damage at full charge without perk increased by 10%. Maximum damage with perk increased from 280% to 305. Durability increased from 359%, 359 to 413, and mass increased from 293 to 337. The comment is also assembler's efficiency is not very dependent on modules, so it is used in a narrow power score range, quite low for a legendary weapon. The changes aim to increase the power score range, which will be used later. Alright, so there is some cool changes with that. Let's take a look how the assembler gonna work out. Ooh, it looks kind of weird. Gonna project that change. See how good damage is. How to quickly charge. This is how fast these weapons can actually shoot. It's crazy. They're super accurate as well. And you do need an ammo box with these because they don't do too much damage. Right. So yeah, the damage at full charge without perk, I think. Perk full. 636 pretty much. That's quite a big change. Okay, so next change, let's take a look at this one. Let me take a light cabin, it's here. Wheels on, and let's take a look at the Raptor's weapon. That also got some good changes. Really OP in Rain Wars, it's also in Clan Wars. Pretty sure it's been also used a lot in PvP. Already have the weapon here myself. Good, so take a look. Apparently, when I go behind, okay, it stays active quite a long time. If I go here, okay, so if I'm here, yeah, it's gonna do small damage. Yeah. It is a quite nasty weapon itself. Could be wrong, I'm not really 100% sure how much this is like changed, but even though they say it like 4 seconds to 1 second, it just doesn't feel like it is. It kind of feels like it's same. Oh, there is kind of like that change, but now I can see it. Yeah, now I see it. I'm just blind. Probably it was just because the angle and maybe the builds kind of give a feeling like it's not gonna just retract. Okay. They also mentioned about the chains that chains will make turning the front of the vehicle towards the attacking Corruptis a more effective way to counteract this weapon. With the previous parameters, in such a situation, the perk of Corruptis pursuing a player would take a very long time to reset, and the weapon would have time to deal damage deep inside the armored car. Also, due to rather long distance, the perk was sometimes activated by a nearby ally. That's an interesting bug it already also had. So yeah, quite nasty one. So here is the big nerf now for the Swarm itself. Even though Swarm itself is quite popular and strong weapon, but we can see the changes now for the weapon itself. Yeah, thought it had a fire rate. But this is how it's gonna look like with rate of fire reduced by 10%. This is pretty much how it looks like in the live server, but if I remove Atitlan, show you how one head shoot with this take a longer distance. I don't know if it really has that much of yeah, well, doesn't really matter, but it is slower. It is significantly slower fire rate. They also reduced the reloading from where is from load time increased from 7.5 to 9 seconds. Plus radius reduced by 22%. Well, I messed quite badly with this one, but so it is a heavy nerf for the Swarm. Okay. Kami, already told in at the start, basically, it is able to now unhooks cables like Skinner's, Capcans, and Jiboko. I did forget to mention that the power increased by 10%, perk active time increased from 4 to 6 seconds, and perk cooldown from 16 to 10 seconds. Perk is active way longer. That's quite cool. And the perk also charges up quite quickly. It's a nice perk for the cabin itself. Quite narrow. It has been quite narrow itself, and the devs are actually mentioning this. The comic perk has quite narrow use, so we are expanding its implementation and frequency of activation. Additional power increase will make armor cars with this having more mobile. I do appreciate the Kami power increase, 10%. Really nice one, and I already have this one fuse for power, so it is a way better change. I can also give some good news. It is nice to see that Nova Cabin is getting a nice love as well. Power has been increased for the cabin. They also added a perk cooldown time from 20 to 16 seconds. Really haven't seen Nova used that often in PvP or anywhere else. So I'm really happy to see this cabin making a comeback, hopefully. The PvP, Clan Wars, Uranium Wars, everything. It's a really good cabin itself. Used to be meta, but now it's just obsolete. Okay, what's next? We're closing up on the list. So here's my favorite thing. Oh, we're gonna get two of my favorite things here. Typhoon. Change the perk. After a hit deals damage to weapons and movement parts in the amount of 2% from the current durability 3 times during 1 second. The damage is not dealt if the durability of a part is lower than 25%. And the comment is, the perk should make Typhoon an effective choice against armored cars with high combined durability of movement parts and weapons. It's really good against the bricks, pretty much. So it's going to be anti-brick cannon. And it's also already dealing quite a lot of damage. It's going to be way better. Just take these cannons here. One. Let me just add Odin. I think I'm going to add legs because more stability. Yeah, I'm gonna show you what I mean with the Typhoon chains itself. As you know already in live server, if you shoot with a Typhoon, it basically just slows down the reload and increases the heating rate and reduces the and reduces the cooling rate for the weapons. So it is giving a quite a debuff. But this one, quite nasty. As you can see, the damage is going up over time. Weakens the weapons. Should be able to see it. Gonna hit armor. You can see some sparks coming up. Yeah, we can see the sparks already here. So this is quite a debuff. This is quite a debuff, honestly. Yeah, you don't want to mess around with this build. We're gonna use Typhoons. It is really nasty. Yeah. And the Ripper. I love this one. Thank you, one of the players, adding this suggestion for the devs during Q&A. This is a really good change that they're going for. There should be Tormentor. Worm. They didn't give us the Tormentor, apparently. They did not give us the Tormentor. How lovely is this one? I can't test it, but what they're saying about the Ripper's added interaction with Tormentor, activating the module increases the damage from shots. The ram damage multiplier of a disc stuck on an enemy increased by 2.5 times. Comment, synergy with the Tormentor will now allow more efficient use of energy and on armored cars with 2 Rippers. Ram damage of discs became too low after changes to ram damage mechanics. The multiplier change should fix this. Because the Ripper ram damage is already like 40 and increased by 2.5 times, so it means it's 100. And let me take a look if they have a Tormentor here. Can I test it out? They do have one. That's lovely. Let's see. Yeah, they do. That's really nice. They're also nerfing the WC cabin. So how much damage is it dealing? 900. The Tormentor. Ooh. That is brutal. That is brutal. This is bad. This is really bad. This can just easily one-shot a lot of builds. It's really strong with the Tormentor. They're already using all the energy. Did it change here? Yeah. They changed the BWC. It was before 400 meters. Now it's 600. I can tell you guys what they did. What's gonna change? They added for the BWC cabin. Show you. So the BWC Warrior, the amount of distance traveled required for reaching the maximum damage bonus increased from 400 to 600 meters. The amount of damage dealt required for reaching the maximum bonuses, the speed and power increased by 1.5 times. Active time of the additional bonus reduced from 10 to 8 seconds. And the comment is, according to data gathered from numerous battles involving this cabin, its work was too efficient and required some adjustments. And also about the Titan that I mentioned, the Wheels Protector now takes double damage. Comment, the changes should lower the efficiency of the wheel when it's used as an armor and mounted on the front or on the back of the build. At the same time, it shouldn't affect the survivability of Titans mounted on the side too much. So what I understand with the change is that they're gonna add a damage increase for the wheels if they're mounted on the front or at the back of the build, but if they're mounted to the side, it shouldn't be that bad. So won't get too much damage from that, I assume, but I could be wrong. Okay. So now another exciting change that is coming up with firebugs. I'm gonna show you this as well. Firebug chains, very, very nice. I really love this one. So we're gonna add a few of the firebugs here. Here it is. And I'm gonna add wheels possibly. Way more fun to play around with wheels instead of legs here. Our back. Go with loading module. Let's add Aquilo. Here it is. And let's add an ammo box. I'll show you guys the changes for the firebug. You can see here, range has been increased significantly. You can now hit from really far away. And it is really strong, I think. So it unlocks more ways to play the game. You can either play it as Scotty or you can play it as like, you know, close range weapon. But it's really difficult to hit. But I'm not really good with it. But that's a big change, honestly. You like it? I mean, yeah, it's not even that bad. Well, you can still use it the way you would use it normally, but now you can just use range if you're trying away from somebody. So that's kind of cool. Take a look. Try to hit some moving targets with this one. Just a wheel. Yeah, it's not really easy for me to use this weapon, but yeah. That ain't that bad. Alright, over. I mean, I can, but not enough angle. That's for a firebug, and another change is that ram damage reduced the dependency of damage on the mass. Comment the change will reduce the efficiency of ramming with heavy armored cars. That's that as well. And about the firebug, I forgot to mention that the changes is fire jet speed increased by 87.5%. Optimal and maximum range is increased by 3 times. All accuracy parameter increased. Comment. The changes are aimed at improving the usage of the weapon when it is not hidden behind armor and at some distance from the enemy, as it was originally designed, rather than just driving up close to the enemy. So yeah, that's about the changes with all the weapons and items we have here. And we'll see how it's going to implement in the live server. So I'm kind of curious about this one. But mostly I'm excited for the changes for Takami, Nova, Typhoon, Ripper. Also the Waltz change. There was some few others. The legs, basically. I love legs, so hopefully it's going to make them really good again, and I will see them more in the battlefield. I don't see them too much anymore because wheels mostly dominating. Elephant change is also really nice. Psychic one as well for the drone lovers. And the machine gun changes are really good as well. I do like that. And adding the durability, damaging, and projecting, and also tweaking the perk, aka buffing for the equalizer and arbiter from 7 seconds to 5 seconds for perk activation. Yeah. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching. And thank you for taking a look of these changes with me. I'm gonna also post this video, well, the stream here basically, channel as well, so you guys can catch up and take a look at what's done and what is expected in a couple of weeks. You can find me on YouTube with the same name, Dark Pasta, and I'll a good and I'll see you guys again later in future. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.